Well, hey there, everyone. I am excited because yesterday I welcomed many new Master IEP coaches into our summer session. So we are underway with that, which means that all of our Master IEP coaches are diving into their introduction lessons and into their Module 1, and they have got a whole Q&A thread going. So I thought I'd share with you one of the big questions that's happening inside of the Master IP Coach mentorship, and that's all about the difference between medical needs and educational needs. Now, there's an assumption that happens when a parent goes and gets a medical diagnosis that is automatically going to qualify a child for some educational services, because it seems like it would just make sense, right? It seems like, well, the doctor said that my child has ADHD, so why wouldn't my child get supports through a 504 or through an IEP for ADHD? Well, because there's completely different criteria, and we have to show that diagnosis of ADHD in the medical community translates into difficulties or challenges in a child accessing their education in their school. So there's a whole different set of checklists and different things that happen. It's kind of like if, my brother who has Down syndrome, and he does not have a dual diagnosis of anything else, okay? It's Down syndrome, but his medical diagnosis is Down syndrome. His educational paperwork, that wasn't his eligibility, Down syndrome. His eligibility was under some very archaic terms that I will not even say here on social media, because he was born in 1977, and there was just a lot of words that are not, they would get flagged because they're not acceptable right now. And that's a good thing. So he was categorized under an educational category that wasn't called Down syndrome. So medically, Down syndrome, educationally, different category. Right now, he might qualify, let's see, in the state of Illinois, they would call it intellectual disability. So he would qualify under that category, not Down syndrome. So it's really important for you to understand that if you're frustrated with the school, so whether you're a teacher who's giving a parent advice or you're a parent who's thinking about this, if you're frustrated with the services at the school and you're thinking, I'll just go get the doctor to say that he needs this, it doesn't always work that way. You have to be able to take that medical diagnosis and translate the recommendations based on that diagnosis in the medical community into what is being impacted in the educational program. If you got questions about that, go ahead and just pop those below here in the comment section. You can also always go grab a free IEP checklist, which is, let me find, let's see. Just hop over here to iepchecklist.com. There'll be a free checklist for you. You can grab that, and you'll find 2 checklists there. One is all about things that you need to ask before the IEP meeting happens and during the IEP meeting. It's not a standard IEP checklist of like, make sure you have a draft of the IEP. Some of you guys just said you can ask for a draft. Yes, you can. And the second checklist is on inclusion. So you can go ahead and grab that, because there's going to be a lot of confusion and chaos in our back to school season that's going to come up real fast. And that includes figuring out how inclusion is going to work. So go ahead and grab those checklists over there. And I hope to see you guys at some point inside of the Master IEP Coach mentorship, but our next one's not till the fall. So in the meantime, go grab your free IEP checklist. Give me those questions that you have right below there about medical versus educational diagnosis and eligibility, and we'll chat again soon.